What's going on, guys? Sorry, I just actually lost the connection there. I clicked something, it jumped off the screen, and then it jumped back. So I was in a multi-universe. I don't even know what happened there. YouTube's changed the way they allow you to live stream on here, so I don't know what I did. And I'm terrible at trying to figure that stuff out. So I will start another video here. I'll be selling on Amazon. Again, this is a Q&A, so ask your questions away, and I'll answer your questions. Let's see if I have any questions. I'll actually go over some of the questions that I actually had today in the last few days. Give me a second here, because there were some good questions. All right. Love this question right here. Okay, here it is. I'm new to Amazon selling and would like to know, should I continue doing this? This was given to me a couple days ago on my YouTube channel. And it's primarily, I think a lot of it, because I've been posting a lot of videos, is Amazon dead? Is Walmart dead? Is Dollar Tree dead? And so let's kind of talk a little bit about the retail arbitrage model. Specifically, I'll talk about it for Canada. In the US, it's really healthy. It's not dead. It's just, I think people's concerns are that there's a lot of sellers in the US market. So they're just more concerned if it's saturated or not, which, if you understand anything about business and about things that are generally growing, you look at growth. You don't necessarily look at amount of sellers, but you look at the growth that a company's having, and Amazon's having. As we all know, they're having staggering growth, which means there's room for a lot of people to sell products. Because if you look at growth versus selection of products or inventory and what people are buying versus the amount of sellers, it really isn't that saturated. In Canada, it's actually pre-need, meaning we're really before the point of growth here. Amazon has not come to a point where they're starting to accelerate their numbers in Canada. If you look at an S curve, we're still at the bottom of the S curve. We're pre-need. We're down here. That means that if you're a new seller and you're wanting to do retail arbitrage in Canada or private label in Canada, that it's not competitive. There's sellers, there are a lot of sellers, but it's not competitive. And by a lot, it's still pre-need. It's still there's still a lot of benefit to be had for people to join an Amazon or start selling on the Amazon platform. That's for sure. And not only that, but the fact that Amazon is expanding the growth in this country, opening up more fulfillment centers to house more products, make it a really good opportunity for people to sell on the platform. Whether you're new or old, doesn't matter. It just is a good opportunity in Canada to sell on the platform. That's for sure. When I started selling on Amazon a couple years ago, nothing's changed. I haven't seen much change. Our population is the same. Sellers, I don't know what the number of sellers are on the Canadian platform. I think one thing is when I started selling on a platform years ago, there was a few more trending products that sellers at that time were having a lot more success with. Products like solar eclipse glasses, products like fidget spinners, where private label sellers were launching those products and selling upwards 100 units a day, making $5, $10 per unit, do the math on that, they were having a lot of success. It was short-term success. That killed off a lot of sellers because they could not find a sustainable product going forward. So therefore they weren't having the success you would think they were having as a seller, which is like any business. If you can't find products to sustain your business, short-term, huge growth is good, but it's not impactful. It doesn't have a lasting effect, and everyone's going to tell you, I'd rather have a product where I make $3,000 a month for month after month after month after month versus a product that I made $15,000 the first month, $12,000 the second month, and then the third month I made $6,000, and the fourth month I lost $5,000. That's going to have a negative impact on you as a seller. So not that, and I'll say this again, not that I wouldn't jump on trends, but I would encourage, my advice and my tip to new sellers is to find products that are solutions to people's problems and that have a long shelf life or life expectancy. Don't go through too many upgrades or versions of it. That's how you'll have growing success with the products. Once you establish a foundation of those products, then you can also launch trendy products. There's nothing wrong with that, but you do need sustainability. But retail arbitrage is not dead. Private label is not dead. What is dead, definitely, in terms of selling products from, is places like Dollar Tree, because if you're a new seller, it's too difficult for you to have immediate success when you're trying to just sell products from there. But on the flip side, so I rated it a 3 out of 10, which is not good. But on a flip side, if you're looking to sell books, then they're the opposite. They're like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10 as far as their books are concerned. They're really affordable. You can probably get 80 titles for $100, and you can send 80 books to Amazon right away and start seeing profit immediately on your very first. As soon as your books arrive, that day you'll start seeing sales on your products. And that's what people want. They don't necessarily care about that big gain, although that's huge. There's that money out there, but they want, especially in the retail arbitrage world, I think new sellers want to see that the business is viable and that it does work. So retail arbitrage is affordable. It's dead in the sense that it's not. 2 years ago, I found more brand name products in that store than I do today. 2 years ago, I found more hot buys in that store than I do today. Even 2 years ago, 1 year ago, I found more books in that store than I do today. I don't buy nearly as much inventory from there as I did in the past. I don't bundle as much from there as I did in the past. Truth be told, I don't go there as much as I did in the past. As you evolve as a seller, you change where you shop, what you can afford to buy and how much you can afford to spend on a per item basis. Your cost of goods will change as a seller, versus as a new seller. So that's part of the reason to my saying, Dollar Tree is dead. But take it for what it is. It has its pros and its cons. If you're new, I do recommend it for its books, but not for its other products. If you're experienced or you have a few months under your belt and you know how to bundle, I do recommend going there and bundling things together, creating a few listings with some cool bundles from there. By bundle, it's like buy 3 of the same product and list it versus just one, buy 3, and then you can list it for value. Things that people want and need because you can get it there cheap. Let's go with the next question. So retail arbitrage is not dead. Let's go check out another question here. Hi, Chris. I'm from Toronto. Do you sell in Canada? I get this question all the time. Or do you sell in the .com? Learning a lot from your videos. Thank you for the question, Armando. So do I sell in Canada only, or do I also sell on the .com? A lot of people ask me that question. I get that question the most on my YouTube channel. I get that the absolute most. What's going on, Anidza from Montreal? Nice to see you on here. Thanks for posting where you're from. Nice to meet you. Smash that like button. I sell primarily on the .ca, so on the Canada website. All my retail arbitrage, 100% of my retail arbitrage inventory is on the .ca. I don't sell any of my retail arbitrage on the .com. I don't want the hassle of shipping the inventory there, or dealing with a sourcing company or a shipping company, an FBA, an Amazon FBA company that will help you get your products over there. Not really something I'm interested in doing. Private label, I sell on both platforms. My Canada store is wide open, as well as my US store. It's easy to set that stuff up if you're trying to set up your US platform. It literally is a few clicks and entering your banking information, but just opening up that side of your account. There literally is a Canadian flag right in the middle of your Seller Central. Change that to US. Go through the steps. Add in. There's 2 or 3 components that you need to add in order to set that up. One being your American banking information. 2 being their tax form, the W-9, I believe it's called. You have to fill that out. And then 3 being, once your products arrive, tax coding them per state, per product, which Amazon will actually assist you with. You can reach out to them via your help. They have a lot of great information in the help section that will go through all that information. Then just have why private label is so much easier to do. You smash that like button right now. Thank you so much. Why private label is so much easier to do is because it's easier to ship your products from China. To me, I just find they're easy to ship from China direct to fulfillment centers in the US. So setting that up is really, it's no different than if you had them ship your products from China to your Canadian fulfillment centers. No difference. Creating a shipping plan. You just have to make sure that you're creating a shipment plan through your US platform, through your US seller account. Sorry about that. Once you do that, then it will be just a matter of creating a shipping plan, and then Amazon telling you where it's going to go, whether it be Dallas or wherever. And then from there, you're home free. Anidza says, I'm good, thank you. Just finished work around computer printing, SKUs, labels to send to Amazon. Awesome, good stuff. That's how you do it. Clocking in, you're home, it's 8 o'clock, clock in, you work your business till 4 in the morning. Who was it? I watched Arnold Schwarzenegger's video about work. You guys should check it out on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description below. And everyone's kind of, they all say the same thing. If you're not working, 12, 16-hour days, if you're not, who was it? Oh yeah, sorry, it was not Arnold. It was Elon Musk, Tesla. Elon Musk says you gotta work 80 hours a week. You gotta work 80 hours a week to have the success he's having. 80 hours a week. You gotta have some money too, but you gotta work 80 hours a week. You gotta work twice as much as everybody else to get twice as much done. And you gotta do that forever. Pretty much a straight mindset. You got 80 hours a week forever. But if you're doing that on things that you want to do and things that you like to do, there's no reason why you can't do that. It's actually not that hard. 8 hours a week, I worked it out. It was like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Is that what it was? Yeah, it was like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. just a little bit under 12 hours. So essentially, like I always work 12 hours a day on my business and have been for 2 years. And there's days where I'll take it off. Sure, there's days where I'll take it off. I don't go 7 days a week all the time, but I'm always working on my business. I'm working on my business from my phone, working on my business from my computer here. I'm working on Amazon, I'm working on YouTube. I'm talking about Amazon from here. So I'm always working 12 hours a week, 12 hours a week, 12 hours a day. And I talk about a lot about this in my earlier videos where I promote the fact that selling on Amazon essentially is a passive income, and it really is a passive income. Don't get me wrong. Once you set up your parameters of your Amazon business and you get it to the maintenance stage where you're just maintaining things, you're not really working on your Amazon business. Guys, what you're working on is growth. You're just working on growing your business, you Inc. You're working on growing you Inc. Your Amazon business is running on its own. Sales are coming in on its own. Income is coming in on its own. Now you can work on whatever else you want to work on to fill those 12 hours a day that you're putting in, or 15 hours a day. That's why actors do so well, make so much money, because they put in 16-hour work days and they put it in all the time. The Rock, I mean, who knows how much that guy works? But he's definitely working all the time. He wakes up at 4 a.m. to work out and just probably goes till midnight, takes some naps in between, probably sleeps 4 to 6 hours a day. But that is the truth. If you're not putting in 80 hours a week, you got to start putting in 80 hours a week, because you will see drastic changes in your wealth and in the income that you can generate for your family. You'll see drastic changes, and you should be promoting that type of work, not for somebody else. Let's not make the mistake of me telling you that you need to go work at McDonald's for 16 hours a week, or 16 hours a day, 80 hours a week, or you need to go work at your company for the same amount. No, you need to put in the work for yourself for that much, or for the results of what you want. Right? If you're an actor, certainly you're an employee for a big company, but you're getting paid highly for what you do. So that's definitely something a lot of people should shape-shift and change their work ethic. And that's why I say when I come home from my 9 to 5, I clock in at 6 and I go from 6 to 2 or later if I want to. And I put in the work there. And when I'm during the weekend, I'm working all the time. I'll wake up at 10. I'll start working and playing at the same time, and working, and going to stores. When I go into a store, I'm working because I'm doing retail arbitrage. When I go on a trip, I'm working. We'll go to a Lakers game again this year. I already got my money set aside. I already got my front row tickets picked out. I know what game I'm going to. The money's already ready, and that's all because we're putting in the work to create that income. We're just putting in the hours. My mindset is clocking in, and I've been telling people this on these videos. If you're not writing the words clock in, clock out, you Inc., right? For your business. What time did I clock in today? Probably around 6 o'clock. I started working on my Amazon PPC campaign, right? So something like that. 6 o'clock. What time are you going to finish tonight? You got to do that all the time. Get a book like this. Keep track of your journey, guys. Keep track of your journey. Keep track of your everydays. Like this just goes back to August. I fill these books up all the time. This is like 2 months worth of books. Okay, that's my August. Clock in, clock out. We did 12 stores, spent $2,000 out at 9 p.m. Went from, you'll see it right here, I'll circle it, 12 noon till 9 p.m. So I did 9 hours, and certainly when I came home, I was still working 12 to 9 on me Inc., not on, my 9 to 5 or for somebody else. This is time that you're working for yourself, right? So just putting the time is so important. Get a book like this. keep track of your journey. Go through it. Go back. Mind map. I do mind mapping all the time. Tai Lopez. I've always loved Tai Lopez and what he teaches. I never pursued social media marketing, but everyone needs to learn about social media, and I think you can apply everything that he teaches to your own business, You Inc. You can apply all the principles he teaches about Twitter and Instagram and Facebook advertising and Facebook marketing. All those principles he teaches you to go out and start finding customers. If that's something you wanted to do, you could do that. You go find out and just start to do people's social media for them and charge them a couple $1,000s a month to do their social media, up to $10,000 a month. You could do that. That's something I was interested in until I found selling on Amazon. I was like, well, that's something I also would like to do. And I pursued selling on Amazon. Amazon worked right out the hoop. I was getting great results. So we pushed social media aside, but we still had the program, still had the course, still learning how to do it, still teaching myself how to do it and applying it to my business and to my students in my course. I'll teach them the same things that I'm learning from that platform. So that's all I wanted to kind of say about. Let's go over another question. If you have a question, leave it in, say something. If you have a question or say something, let me know where you're from and your name. I love this question here. Hey, Chris, do you take the seller ranking into consideration? I get this question all the time. We'll talk about this. Do you take seller ranking into consideration with books? What is a good rating to look for in the book category? Under 1 million rank. And this is from Dustin Shoemaker on my YouTube page, or my YouTube channel. So ranking in books, I do take that into consideration. That has a lot more weight into my decision-making process when I'm buying books than it would if I were buying toys or electronics or games or, all that other stuff, all those other products. But for books, because with books you can't advertise, I can't necessarily leverage my book sales as much as I can leverage my product sales in every other category. So yeah, I do take rank into consideration. And I know people talk about rank. Sellers will give you a variety of different ranks. Sellers will give you a variety of different ranks that they say is their cap, their limit, their max on ranks. For me, I'll give you what mine is so you'll know. When I first started selling on Amazon, I'm happy I did this, but when I first started selling on Amazon, I stuck with ranks in the, I basically said, okay, I'm gonna buy books, new books. I wasn't selling used books. I did initially do a used book shipment of my own book inventory to Amazon. And then when I started sourcing books, I was just buying brand new mint condition books and listing them as brand new. And for brand new books, my target at the time, not really knowing, was 500,000 rank was like the peak I'd go at. Anything under 500,000 rank, I was pretty much buying it. Whether the book was $3, $4, $1, whatever it was, I was buying that inventory. I was buying it from Dollaramas. I was buying it from Walmart's, London Drugs, Shoppers, Dollar Tree, you name it. I was buying as much inventory as I could, and I was scanning books. And I grew my book inventory fairly fast, probably within the initial year. I got upwards 1,500 different titles at one point of books and quite the depth of inventory. And I also benefited because I got my hands on a bunch of brand new inventory of books that a company was throwing away. They were essentially just tossing the books into the garbage. But before they made it to the landfill, before they made it to the garbage cans, I was able to acquire probably about 300 books, 60 or 70 different titles earlier in the stages. That really helped me a lot in terms of propelling my book business, because that was free inventory that I was able to ship to Amazon and all I had to do was pay for the shipping and the boxes and the packing materials and I think if I remember correctly, all that inventory ended up costing me about $130 to ship. But I think in the first paycheck, we made $500-600 back off that inventory, so it paid for itself right away. And I still, funny to this day, I still have a lot of that inventory. I was shipping everything, all of those books that had a rank, and whatever didn't have a rank, I wasn't shipping to Amazon. So I only shipped the books that had a rank. Even if it had 1 million rank, I was shipping it to Amazon. Some of it, probably, I had a few titles. Like I had Mark Vestigin's book, which is like a functional health and fitness book. I had a few copies, like 10 of those copies, mint condition, that were selling for like $30 a book. I was, I could go over all the titles, but I won't. But just a lot of books there. But books really propelled my book business. By getting those free books helped propel, like, wow, there's money in books. It helped me understand the book business, because before that, I wasn't really planning on getting into that niche. I just had no clue, even though I knew that's how Amazon was founded. Okay. But, and then through that, I ended up learning about other booksellers because I was looking into it and learning about, top guys, in the book world and the used side of things, which I never decided to get into, even though in the last couple of months I was thinking about it, but decided not to do it. But I started sourcing a lot of new books from Dollarama, Dollar Tree, Walmart, like I said, all these different bookstores, and just buying a lot of inventory, 30, 40 copies of books at a time, new books, making $5 to $10, $15, $20 a book. But going back to the question was, what do I focus on for rank? And for rank, at the beginning, I was focusing on 500K or less. And then after a while, after doing a bunch of sourcing from Dollar Tree and buying a lot of books ranked that high and just holding on inventory for a long period of time, even though they would trickle out of the door, I did want to see a quicker sale of these items. I want to see a quicker return on my investment. I just want to see products move and not sit on inventory for as long. So I just got smarter about the whole thing, and I started to write down an actual system and a plan for sourcing books for myself. And that's what I recommend you do as well, is you got to experience buying books first and selling books first. And then you got to experience the books that don't sell, and you're trying to figure out how to get rid of those books, dumping them, selling them off, or liquidating them, all these different ways. And then you got to experience how to fix those problems by buying at a lower rank, scanning more books, getting out there and scanning more books, buying lower rank. So my rank lowered from 500K down to 300K. And that's still where I am today. I'll buy inventory if it's under 300K. I'll add any book to my inventory that's under 300K. Okay, I will check the inventory, the history of the book sale and stuff like that. But I'll add any inventory to my inventory at Amazon if it's under 300K. And then I have parameters that determine how much inventory I'll buy. So if it's under 100K, I'll buy up to 10 titles. If it's under 50K, I'll buy up to 30 titles, and so forth and so on. So I had, like, for example, Costco had a book under 50K. It was like 15K. So I decided to buy 30 titles. I still have not sold one of those books, because here's the problem I found with low ranking products. The lower it is, the more competition there is, the more people are gonna find it. And obviously, so the floodgates, as soon as that product was on the shelves there, when I went to Costco and I found the book, there had to have been 200-300 available. And I took 30, said, I'm going to ship them right away. This is a great opportunity buy right here. I'm going to send it to Amazon. Before I even go on vacation, I'm getting the shipment out. Like, I did a legit real-time buy, boxed it up same day, labeled it up the same day, shipped it to Amazon the same day. And this was before I went to vacation in August, beginning of August. And to this day, almost 45 days later, a little over 45 days later, still have not sold one title. And that's because the original price I was supposed to sell for, which was $45 a book, has since declined to under 30, and sellers are just competing with each other and tanking the price. And I can't win a buy box on that. I can't win the lowest price on that. Someone's got their calculator on probably $1 profit. So I'm just sitting on the inventory now. It's a good product. It's a really good product. I know it's a really good product because my daughter loves the books, but I'll just have to sit on the inventory and wait and see. But that's kind of like my shelf. There really is a more specific method to my madness now when I'm buying books, and how much I buy. But it still goes back to my fundamentals of selling on Amazon that I teach everybody, which is GRASS. And at the end of the day, the first letter in GRASS, the first thing you should do is grow your inventory. So I don't hesitate to buy a book at 500,000 rank if it's a celebrity book, if it's a cookbook, if it's what other books do I like? I'm just thinking right now. Celebrity books, cookbooks. I mean, those are I like to go for those all the time. It's a biography. I'll go a little bit higher as well. Anything niche like that, I'll go a little bit higher. A lot higher. And if there's a lot of profit, and I'll also look at the reviews on the books too. And if the reviews have been great and there are a lot of reviews, then I'll consider buying a few titles of the higher ones. But I've always been told when it comes to books, to feed the beast, to feed Amazon as many as you can. So to this day, we're still doing that. Although, truth be told, we haven't sourced, I think our last shipment maybe had 20 books in total in that shipment. Normally our shipments have a minimum of 100. We only sourced 20 last time, which means I could have theoretically hit my number of 600. I missed it by 13 had I targeted books more. So we ebb and flow like that. We're targeting toys right now because Q4, but not targeting books as much. But probably for this next Q, we'll do books. Let's take a look at another questions. If you guys have a question, throw one down right now. I'm on a roll. Smash that like button. Give me another thumbs up. I like this question from Alexander Jugovic. What about Dollarama DVDs? Are they a good item to sell? Dollarama DVDs. Truth be told, I've only ever sold one DVD from Dollarama. It was a bundle. It was the music niche in DVD. So I don't know if it was like a concert video series, but I think there were like 2 or 3 in one. It was like two DVDs or 3. I think it was Blu-ray. We scanned it. $4. I think we sold for $35 or $30, somewhere in that range. That's the only reason I bought it. Wanted to test it. Honestly, I don't know anything about it. I think when I scanned, I was like, oh, okay, that rank looks okay. It was just a very nonchalant buy and a throw at Amazon. This last time, however, I sent 4 DVDs, 3 Blu-rays, and 1 DVD. 3 Blu-rays were the same title, so I bought 3 quantity of a Disney DVD from Dollarama and 1 regular DVD, and it was like another movie, a Christmas movie. Just because Christmas is coming up, I figured, this is a popular movie. I can get it for $4. It'll resell for 20. I'll double my $4. I don't care. So I'm trying. That's to extent. That's my experience in the DVD world. Actually, not true. I have a little bit of more experience in the DVD world in that part of those books I was given that I acquired that were being thrown, there were also a bunch of DVDs that were being thrown as well. maybe about 20 different titles that were being thrown as well. So I acquired those titles. To this day, a lot of that inventory, I think, still lingers. I've sold a lot. I've made a lot of money, but a lot still lingers. I haven't purged my inventory on that type of stuff yet. But I do need to do an inventory dump, I think, on a lot of that stuff, just because I'm paying long-term storage fees on it that I shouldn't be paying. So it makes sense to purge that stuff. All right. We're rolling. I love that comment. So I have a video on YouTube that says how to submit Walmart invoices and get approved to sell restricted products on Amazon. And the guy was like, your title is more clickbait. I'm terrible at clickbait. So if it is, I apologize. I'm sorry about that. But in it, I do actually explain how to submit a Walmart invoice. I do explain that. Okay, so I don't understand how it's clickbait, because I actually do explain how to submit a Walmart invoice to get unrestricted for categories. Let me explain this to everybody now. When you're applying for approval for categories you can't sell in, or that you're not allowed to sell in, there's two ways. There's generally two ways. There's generally two approval methods. The first one is automatic. When you click the request approval button, you are instantly replied to with, you are approved to sell in this category. That's usually automatic. That happens. That's what people want. The second way is when you click the button, you get a response that says 90% of the time that you need to submit an invoice, and you need to submit a letter from the manufacturer or distributor that says, we approve this person to sell this product. Okay, and you follow their terms, and you have to acquire those two notes in order to sell on Amazon. Okay, so in that video, I actually specifically say that. I say, I don't submit receipts. Although I have in the past and have been approved, I don't do it to when I get the message that asks me to submit invoices. I don't submit my receipts. I submit invoices. Okay, difference between an invoice and a receipt, even though there's virtually the same thing. And let me clarify, an invoice that they're asking for is they're asking for a wholesaler or a distributor, authorized distributor's invoice. Okay, in the video, I don't say that I'm submitting distributor invoices. I do not buy from wholesalers, and I don't buy from distributors. I buy from retailers. I buy from the end seller, and then I become a reseller. Okay, that's where I'm buying my inventory, and I don't have a wholesaler account. I don't distribute. I don't buy from distributors. So I'll say it again. I'm not submitting that stuff. But I have in the past. I haven't done it in a while, but I have in the past ordered products from Walmart online. The invoice, the receipt that they give you that prints out online is called an invoice. At the very top in bold, it says the word invoice. But it says Walmart, and it says the location of the store, and it says the quantity of products that you have bought. I have bought 10, which is the amount of product that to get unrestricted or to become eligible to sell products, you need to show an invoice with the purchase of quantity 10 from they say from a distributor, but of the brand of product that you want to distribute, that you want to gain eligibility to sell. I've submitted that invoice from Walmart and have been approved, and to this day remain approved for a variety of products that I have submitted. Whether it will work for you, I don't know. Whether it against terms of service, I've never looked into it. I'm not advising anyone to do it. I'm just saying that's how I did it. If I found a product, for example, I'll give you an example, and I have not gone to approve myself this way for this brand, but let's use the two brands, Hasbro and Mattel. Hasbro and Mattel products. Most of the time, probably 90% of their products are restricted, and you would be ineligible to sell. I am restricted, and I'm not eligible to sell those products either. When I apply, and I'll do it every time in the store, I always check. I always scan toys. I always scan Lego. Mattel is Lego, I think, or has, I don't know. I think it's Mattel. And I'll scan it, and I know I'm restricted. It's restricted, and I can't sell it. I'm not eligible. And I know I'll apply, because now from your phone, you can apply to get ungated. So I'll apply to get ungated. I'll click the buttons from my phone, and it'll ask me do you want to apply for eligibility? And then it always brings me up to this screen saying you need to submit an invoice and you need to submit a letter. Now, so here's what I've done, and I'll just kind of explain this part too, is in the past, I've bought product from Walmart, printed out my receipt, bought 10 units, printed out my receipt, submitted that receipt, take a picture of it, I've submitted it, just the receipt, and I have been approved from just a receipt. Even though they ask for the receipt and a letter, for whatever reason, the robots, the Amazon robot, takes just my receipt and approves me for other brands that have restrictions and request the same requirements. I've not tried it for Lego, and I've not tried it for Hasbro, and I don't plan on doing it, because with those brands, there's only one FBA seller. I think they've knocked everybody else out from selling it. And the interesting thing is, like, there's a lot of FBM sellers. So for example, this is Lego. Let's see if you can see that. That's Lego. There's one FBA seller. Oh, if you can see that. There we go. There's one FBA seller, two prime sellers, and the rest are fulfillment by merchant. Okay. This is the City Passenger Lego. 288 Rankin toys. It's selling for $150. It's the train. Okay. So there's the train. Wouldn't you love to sell that product? You can probably get that product for $70 and resell it on Amazon for $150. And it's selling like hotcakes. Okay. But you have requested for approval. You have requested for approval to sell in toys category. So I'm clicking that category. It's asking me, do I want to request approval for Lego? I can always request approval. I'm going to click it again. And here you go. It's giving me that page again. There's that page, the infamous page that asks me, select one of the document types below. At least one purchase invoice for products from a manufacturer or from a distributor, or one letter from Lego authorizing you to sell their products. Okay, so you can email one or the other. Then it says provide your email and your phone number, which is optional. Your phone number is optional, but you can submit those options there. And there you go. So in the past, I've submitted the invoice that I received from Walmart, because my plan was, look, if I didn't get approved, I would just return the 10 units of the one cheap branded Lego, or in that case, it was LOL toys and other toys. And I'll just return the products to Walmart and get my money back if I don't get submitted. Because I had ran into predicament where originally I was eligible, bought a whack load of products, thousands of dollars, and then all of a sudden I became ineligible. They put restrictions up. And when I went to ungate myself, it asked for those letters. So I uploaded my invoice. That was the only document I sent in, and then got approved. I have a funny feeling it works with a lot of these brands. Whether you want to try it or not, it's up to you. I've not tried it with Hasbro and Mattel. I probably won't try it. I don't need to try it. I'm happy with the eligibility I'm getting. I'm happy with the the approvals I'm getting. I'd like to sell Baby Alive, and I'd like to sell Mattel and Lego and Hasbro and superheroes and all that type of stuff. But there's nothing really super enticing in those categories that really pulls me to their products to risk my account to get approved to sell, in a category that all of a sudden could restrict me all over again. So no need to do that. All right, let's go to the next question here. Hey, Chris, just curious if you had any luck at Giant Tiger. Giant Tiger is a dollar store. And no, I've not had any luck at Giant Tiger. Zero luck at Giant Tiger. So here's a question, and I actually just did this video. This is from Angeline Manzano, and she says, heard FedEx pulled out of Amazon. What shipping company are you using now? And I just did a video on this, and I've always used UPS to ship my products to Amazon, because through your Seller Central account, so if you're a new Amazon seller, if you want to sell on Amazon, through your Seller Central account, Amazon have negotiated with UPS really deep discounted shipping rates for sellers to get their inventory over to the fulfillment centers. If you were like me in the beginning and you didn't know about that feature, you brought your first box to FedEx and probably paid like $30 to $50 for one box to get it to wherever Amazon wanted you to ship it. Then I realized, Amazon have what they actually call deep discount shipping. So I just kind of ghosted it and figured it out on my own and learned how that all worked, and just realized it was an available shipping system through the platform, which makes it so much easier. Printing the labels from the platform, and then the price was completely like I think the following shipment I had sent in 4 or 5 boxes, and 5 boxes costed me I think it was like it worked out to $9 a box. It was like $45 for 5 bigger boxes than the first one I shipped. And from there, I've never used anything else. So UPS, straight from the platform, create a shipping plan, ship from there, calculate your price, enter in all the boxes and dimensions, calculate price. It gives you the total, print out your labels, take them to the box. And then my little girl and I made a video. It's our second time doing a UPS video, but we made another UPS video just showing the whole thing from front to back, from the point of boxing, just a little bit of that, finishing that off, prepping it. So I demonstrate how you can actually schedule a UPS pickup from your home for free, no charge, unless you have, I think, over 250 kilograms or something like that. Then there's like nominal fee of like $3 to $7.50 or something like that they charge you. But like my last 11-box shipment was absolutely free, inclusive. They just picked it up here at the end of the day. And I do that video. I show all the steps you need to do, what you need to fill out, what you need to ignore, what tracking numbers you need to put in, bringing out the product to UPS guy, loading them up, saying hi, advice I give you about when you're scheduling a plan, just, in the special notes, use that special note box, that type of stuff. It saves me time, saves me money. My UPS store, who I made friends with, the good folks at the UPS store, they love me there, but I just felt awkward dropping off 30 boxes and essentially taking up all their space, like awkward. So it's not awkward. It's great. Way better way to do it. And yeah, so that's how you do that. So we made a video on that. That dropped, I think, yesterday. There's my best video, just so you know. Jump on my channel. You're going to want to smash the notification bell because my best video, I think, to date is dropping tomorrow at 9 a.m. So you're going to want that video. This is probably this video alone is worth $100. I could literally just, it'll solve a lot of people's problem. It'll help a lot of people make money. Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned for that video on my YouTube channel. I'm excited for that. Next question was, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm just going over some of the questions I got on my comment section here. Great questions. Great video. Do you sell on Amazon.ca or .com? I answered that one earlier. I get that one all the time. That one dominates the questions. So for the record, make the record straight, on both platforms, but primarily on the Canadian platform. Loved your video. Hey, coach, I have a question. Do you sell all books with FBA? Do I sell all my books with FBA, fulfillment by Amazon? Yes, I do 100% fulfillment by Amazon. I don't do fulfillment by merchant. I did fulfillment by merchant for Canon printers. If you saw my video, a few videos back, I talk about my Canon business, part of my business where I was selling hundreds of Canon printers. That was, I had to transition to fulfillment by merchant, which actually became profitable. It was very interesting. I don't give much details on how I did it. You'll have to go on, join my course, join the Amazon Selling Club, CCASH. So jump on there for details because that stuff is all in the group. Watch those videos, and if you're in the group and there's a video or more information you want to know and you've joined a course and you're in the group, ask away. I'll share everything. It's very transparent in that group, and the mentorship is key in that group. So join CCASH, Coach Chrispect's Amazon Selling Hustle. But I only do fulfillment by Amazon. That's what I recommend all sellers do, is fulfillment by Amazon, because doing fulfillment by merchant is a full-time job. It's a full-time job just to prep and ship and prep and ship. And as your business grows, it just becomes busier. And whereas fulfillment by Amazon helps you leverage employment and leverage Amazon staff to do that fulfillment for you. So the fees that they charge are, one, the usage of Amazon's team to fulfill your orders, which is important. Two, they're the usage of Amazon supplies, the boxes, the packing tape, the filler, the paper, the labels. Three, their shipping costs involved, and the fulfillment by Amazon fee, the FBA fee, covers that as well. And really, at the end of the day, I mean, small products would cost $4. Big products will cost $6 to $10. You know, medium would be $6. A large would be like $9 to ship that to a customer. But on large products, you're probably making a really good profit on those products. I verge to say, because I am. So definitely fulfillment by Amazon to answer that question, 100%. Don't do it any other way. And it's passive income. You don't have to worry about shipments. You don't have to worry about bad reviews because people didn't get their products or you shipped it to the wrong place or whatever the case may be. No mistakes on your end. That's all on Amazon's end. And remind me at the end of this video to show you guys how to keep your seller rating at 100% and to get each and every bad review stricken from your seller rating. If you want that bonus video, you might want to join CCASH. How to keep a perfect seller rating. Even though I don't have a perfect seller rating, and that's because of laziness, more so because I don't always go to my seller ratings and get comments deleted or removed. It's easy to do. You could probably look it up, but if you want me to show you, jump on CCASH. Join the club. Hey, coach, do you sell on .ca or .com? Ryder Reeves says, do you sell on .ca or .com? Momo says, the price and costs were good on the books, but ranks were crazy for the .ca. Another person was asked if I'm shipping stuff to Amazon warehouses by UPS, what about Canada Post? And I'll talk a little bit about Canada Post because it's important that I kind of speak on that for you guys. But yeah, no, UPS, deep discount shipping through Amazon Seller Central. Just previously explained that, so just rewind this video. Canada Post, where Canada Post comes in. Canada Post comes in through fulfillment by merchant. So going back to the Canon business that we had and selling printers that we were buying on clearance, when I was gated on the category and I had to figure out how to get rid of the rest, I did two things. And I kind of talk about this on my previous live stream that went crazy. But on that live stream, I wanted to talk more about other ways to drive sales to your business. Okay. Drive sales to your business. And in that, I talked about, using other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, and just creating ads, revenue to drive that where your spend is $1 to generate $100, that kind of thing. You can do that. That exists. You just have to start doing it. When we had our Canon printer business, as part of our Amazon products, and was all our Canon products, printers. At one point, I was eligible to sell. We were selling out. Then all of a sudden, whoever, Canon probably, gated the category and restricted us, and we had upwards 40 or 50 printers at Amazon, and those printers were stranded in our stranded inventory. So I had to figure out, what am I going to do? Obviously, now we're in panic mode. We're like fight or flight. I don't know what to do. We got to figure this out. Got to solve a problem. We got a hurdle, roadblock. Okay. So if you're a real entrepreneur, you got to figure out how to solve that problem. You can recall all your inventory and fail, or you can figure it out. So we left our inventory at Amazon, and somehow, some way, I found another listing, exact same product on Amazon that we had tons of inventory, that was ungated on Amazon. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Right away, I added it to my inventory, and I started to list products, listed how many I had. I just put 10 printers in there as fulfillment by merchant. And I started to set up the parameters, set up how much cost for shipping was and how much the price of this product in the regions. Because with fulfillment by merchant, you have to set up a little bit more. You have to know your rates and what you want to charge and where you want to ship to and where you don't want to ship to, especially in Canada. Because in Canada, someone in the North Pole, put it this way, someone in the North Pole could order your product, and it might, you might have listed shipping $50, product $200, and not changed all the locations that you could ship to. How I know is I made this mistake and end up having to ship the product to some faraway land. And lose money, which I did. And then immediately I had to fix that problem. So I went and fixed that problem, made those adjustments, and ultimately end up making a lot more money because I was listing shipping costs or the cost of shipping as at $60 or $69.99. I was playing with it between $49 and $69. And then the printer $100, and I think I went as low as $140, and I went as high as $225. And what I found in the beginning, I was using UPS, thinking UPS, okay, I got to use UPS. And because I had gone to, here's a story, quick story. I'd gone to Canada Post before to ship a small box, about yay, by about yay, by about yay, small. That box, they wanted $25 to ship, this little box. I'm like, well, UPS is way cheaper than that because of deep discount shipping. And so I thought, I'm going to go to UPS store, and then I would go there and be like, for a printer box to say Ontario, they wanted I put in dimensions online because I was doing online. They wanted like $80. I'm like, $80? Okay. I'm going to lose $20 a shipment, but I'm going to make, I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. I just want to break even because I got to get out of this niche. They gated me. I'm just happy somebody, bought the product. I just want to break even, get, I got 40 of these. I just got to unload them. I was hoping just to recover my cost of goods or just, not lose my shirt. So I started selling them and just shipping them via UPS, printing out labels for $80, paying the fee with my credit card online through UPS, and did a few. And then far away, another far away place like Nunavut or something, Northwest Territories, which is like 5 houses away from Santa Claus, ordered my product, and UPS wanted to charge me something like $210 shipping and handling. And I'm like, oh my God. The customer was paying $130 or $160 for the printer and $60 for shipping. Deal already done. If I don't ship it out, I'm going to get a bad review. I'm going to get a bad remark. And I had to spend $200 just to ship the product. And I'm like, oh, it's got to be a better way. So I started checking other sites, and I checked FedEx, and I checked DHL, and I checked Canada Post. And I did them all online, and all of a sudden Canada Post was like for this place, it was like $46. I'm like, 46, 200 UPS, 46 Canada Post. What the frick? To like 5 houses away from Santa Claus. That's how far it was. And $46. Wow. So instantly, print a tag, boom, drop it off at Canada Post, gone. 3 days later, received by the customer, checked in, boom, done. I'm like, oh. Next one comes through. All of a sudden, I get like 2 more printer orders in a day. I'm like, huh. So next one comes through. It's in BC. It's in Burnaby. It's just down the block from me. Huh. I'll drop this one off myself and save the $60 that I'm making as pure profit. Dropped off the printer, because you get all the information. You're just like, hi, this is Amazon. Just want to let you know I'm coming to drop off your Amazon order. Are you available? Yes, I'm available. Thank you. Just drop it off. Boom. And I think I had like 4 or 5 customers that were local that I dropped off: North Vancouver, West Vancouver, South Vancouver, Burnaby, Coquitlam, went all over locally and started dropping off printers. And inventory started clearing out. Canon didn't gate me. I found Canada Post to be 5 times cheaper, well, at least half the price, if not a third the price of UPS, if you're shipping, fulfilling by merchant. So yeah, the moral of the story is Canada Post. If I'm fulfilling by merchant and it's a box of stuff, I'm going Canada Post. It's so much cheaper. So we're over about an hour here. I'm going to go for 7 more minutes. What's going on, Michael Leshner? Thanks for the post. Where do you find most of my products? Michael, you're going to want to stay. Well, not stay, but you're going to want to definitely hit that notification bell on my channel, because tomorrow's video that's dropping is the answer to your question. So I won't talk about it right now. Just subscribe to this channel and watch the video, and then you'll see. I just dropped a video with the top 5 niches. It was just a clip video. The top 5 niches that I source from, the most profitable, and just niches that I hunt products from. But it expands. It really is big. But you're gonna want to see, if you're in Canada, you're gonna want to watch that video. It'll come out tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So jump on that video, and it'll answer your question. You'll love the video. You'll love the video. Yeah. Let's see if I have one more great question here, guys, and then we're gonna call it a night. Oh, here we go. So this question is from Richard Magsino, and it says, hi, did you need to get a business license before you do retail arbitrage? And if you did, how do you file your tax at the end of the year? For this kind of business, do you use QuickBooks app? I use the QuickBooks app. Yes, it's awesome. I would recommend everybody download the QuickBooks app. It'll help help you sort through all of your expenses with literally a Tinder swipe left or right. As far as if you need a business license, yes, you want to legitimize your business. If you're doing private label products, you want to legitimize your business. You want to register your business and register your business name and pay the $100 to do that, and then register and get a business license so that you can get a GST number. You want to a GST number. And Amazon submits some of your taxes, not all. You have to set that all up, and you have to enter that information into your system. Those are things that you want to legitimize. Now, when do you want to do that? Not until you've legitimized your business. Amazon, their guideline is once you've obtained 3 consecutive months of $10,000 in sales, and that's really Revenue Canada's same guideline. So once you've consistently done $10,000 in sales 3 consecutive months, then you need to set that up, because I think it's $30,000 of revenue in 1 year before you do have to have and pay your GST. So look that up. There is actually a really good CRA online. I think his name is Baranova. Let me just look it up here. I'm going to throw the link right now. Amazon FBA tax. Baranov, I think it's Baranov. Yeah, Baranov CPA. So I'm going to post this link. It's an Amazon FBA tax guide. You're going to love this. So just click this link, Michael. Let's see if I can reply to you. Can I report? Nope. Okay. Well, here it is. I'll throw this in the description below as well, guys. Click that. It's a great guide. It's a really good read. It'll help you guys out with really good information, whether you use them or not. I don't think he is for everybody, because he's more for, I think, big business. If you have a substantial Amazon business at that point, then he'd be somebody you want to use, but not in the beginning. But check that out. It's going to give you everything as far as Amazon taxes in Canada. And the last one here, I'm going to give this last question, and then we'll call it an evening. It's from Serena B. She says, "Hi, I'm Serena B from Toronto." Shout out to Toronto. And these days, I'm exploring retail arbitrage as a potential full-time business. Some of the videos are highly encouraging, but after reading some articles, I get confused. Many people say that most of the categories are restricted for new sellers, especially in this quarter, as in Q4, I would think she's talking about, maybe Q3, because it was a little bit, a few weeks ago. And my second biggest concern is IP claims, as that can lead to a shutdown of your account for good. Is there a foolproof method to check before uploading a product that the brands have no issues with small resellers? Thanks. Would be waiting for your reply, which I always reply. So if you leave a comment or a question on my YouTube channel, know that I will always get back to you, and I'll get back to you relatively fast, whether it's in 2 minutes, within 2 minutes, or 20 minutes, or within the day. I generally will get back to you really quick. So anytime you have a question, shoot it on my YouTube channel, and you'll hear back from me. Let's see if I have, see what I said here. Do I have a response? Few replies. There we go. So I gave her a really detailed response. I'll read you the response I gave her. And just so you guys see that I do go into detail, even on my YouTube channel, on my email me, coachchrispect@gmail.com. I'll throw all that stuff down below in the description if you want to connect. If you have any questions, just throw it in the comment section. Because any comment on videos on YouTube essentially just help me on YouTube, help the channel grow. So I'd prefer if you threw the comment on the YouTube channel. I say, hey, Serena B, thanks for the question. Here's my best answers for you. Number one, restricted items for new sellers. Yes. Categories you will be able to sell in as a new seller may have restrictions. New sellers in general will have restrictions. However, there are lots of unrestricted categories and hundreds of unrestricted items for personal selling accounts. I'm saying personal selling accounts. I haven't even said pro selling accounts. But here we go. And if you sign up as a pro seller, then Amazon open hundreds of more for you to sell in and give you eligibility for hundreds of more as you grow as a seller. So as you grow your numbers, you will be eligible to sell in more categories. You apply, you restrict, we talked about this minutes ago, that you'll quickly be authorized to sell. Number two, you do have to prove yourself as a legitimate Amazon seller. This is why in Q4, Amazon put restrictions on new sellers. I call these sellers bandwagon sellers. These are the sellers who only want to sell during the busiest season. Amazon has a policy for this seller. If you want to sell only during Q4, then you must, one, do FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, and two, have excellent selling metrics. Or no, they won't let you just jump on and sell as fulfillment by merchant. So most Q4 sellers, if you're just starting now, don't worry about it. All those restrictions apply to fulfillment by merchant. So if you're just trying to list items and just sell from your home and ship yourself, they're not going to let you join right now. But if you're shipping your products to fulfillment centers, then the restrictions don't apply to you. And everyone gets those letters. They're probably going to be in our inboxes this month, saying the exact same thing they say every year. So her second part of the question was about IP claims. IP claims. Other than Google, there is no foolproof method on checking intellectual property rights for products you want to sell. Often a seller will scan a product and it will state you are eligible to sell this. A seller will buy and sell the product on Amazon, and following their listing the products is when they receive an IP claim. It's frustrating. I've received some claims. One, you can go Google the brands for IP claims. So you can check Google. You can say Amazon FBA or Amazon seller or whatever, Amazon IP claims and the product, and see if there are claims that other sellers are posting on message boards. You can check groups that discuss and build your own list. You can create a Facebook group specific to IP claims and build your own club. There's lots you can do. That's kind of a niche thing, a cool little idea there. Listen, I have had 5 claims. None have been strikes. Does it scare me? Damn right. I act immediately. And that's really the only thing you can do when you get a claim. You have to act immediately. You have to connect with Amazon, deal with the product, remove the product, return the product, ship the product, relist the product. Whatever you feel is the right action to take it right away. Okay, that's how Amazon know that you're effectively managing your business and it's not a bot that's managing your business. Listen, I email Amazon my template, which is an action plan. I take action and then I stay away from those brands. I don't buy them anymore if they're got IP claims. Again, I got enough metrics. I can sell a lot of products. Therefore, I have more access to the new sellers. Please be patient, relax, scan everything, sell what you can sell, grow your business off, legitimize your business by selling books first, selling. I literally just posted on Instagram 3 ways to legitimize the metrics of your business. Let's see if I can remember them. Sell books to increase your volume. Sell new products, hot trending products at no profit that are just popular, and sell like 10 a day to increase your volume. Sell commodities to increase your volume. The keyword, increase your volume. Just sell things that sell, okay? Books being the primary one. Once Amazon ranks you as a seller, just like they rank products, they rank sellers. Once they rank you as a legitimate seller, you'll qualify for a lot of stuff. It's a risk that RA sellers must understand. and must use due diligence to be responsive and corrective. Receipts from stores often don't correct to strike. You will have to do further researching on your own. I would say that the benefit outweighs the risk. In my when I say in my Amazon seller mentorship group, we post IP claims. Not many, but and I should probably post a few more in the group. So I'm going to actually go on there and post some right now, just so everybody gets those. We keep each other informed. It's part of the benefit of selling in my Amazon club. But we talk about a lot of that type of stuff. I mean, I'm always revealing products that I'm buying. So obviously, if I'm buying it, it's products you should probably go source as well. If you're eligible to sell it, great. If not, just look through what you can sell. I've shown hundreds of products in my Facebook group in the retail arbitrage sector. I've shown hundreds of products. I've explained lots of different concepts. Excuse me. I don't know why I got the burps. And that's just one part of it. The other benefit of joining CCASH, the club, is that you get my entire course. It's inclusive as well on how to sell on Amazon from A to Z, both retail arbitrage and private labels. So it's a no-brainer. It is. I think we grew this month. Our course grew by 300%. So we're excited about the future of how we're doing in promoting our company and promoting selling on Amazon and promoting our CCASH club. We're excited about that. We're excited about the growth and where we're going. A big part of my future courses had to do with how well I could establish my very first course, which is the foundation of selling on Amazon. And people are asking, like, when is retail arbitrage 2.0 coming out, and when is private label 2.0 coming out? And they're all done. All the filming is done, and I obviously film for my YouTube channel. But what I wanted to establish was, can I build this platform? And I'm excited to say that this month was a big month, and we're just growing. We keep growing, and that's what we're excited to do. And that growth just demonstrates that I can do it. So we'll just keep the growth going, and we'll keep the club growing, and we'll keep it affordable at $100 for an opt-in. We'll definitely keep it affordable because that is by far the most affordable club with full reveals, full mentorship. Ask anyone in this course if you have a question about my mentorship. Go check out Rag's video about my mentorship. He does nothing but express positive gratitude. And again, all the students, they know that if they have questions for me, they can always reach out to me on email, through my DMs. I seem to find them and I connect back with them. All right, guys, it's been a blast. It's been 80 minutes. Coach Chrispect, the WyseGuy. Smash that YouTube bell right now and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, ring that bell, smash the like button. If you're still on, give me one more of these, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.